Previously on Town Hall 9 Free to Play, we collected 500 trophies using an awesome witch army. But after so much success, is this just a no-skill spam attack, or can it lose too? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 26 of the Town Hall 9 Free to Play series. This is that series where we took a max Town Hall 8 and we developed it as a Town Hall 9. We are almost maxed out as a Town Hall 9. Not this account. This is our trophy pushing account. On the other account, the one that we've been doing throughout the series, both of our heroes are currently down under upgrade for level 25 and level 22. Thankfully, you know that DE grind, it takes forever, absolutely forever. I'd spent like an hour last night trying to farm up some Dark Elixir to put that king down again. Anyways, I wanted to mention that I absolutely love those comments. You guys are hilarious, absolutely hilarious, and you make my day. But sometimes we get a comment that is just like, wow, man, that is incredibly mean. So we got a comment on a previous video for the Queen Walk Witch Slap Army, and it said, stop spamming and get good. I know. Stop spamming and get good. Apparently, this, like, I don't know what it is about the witch. Like, why is it that the witch alone is considered the spam army? And when we look at previous strategies like the La Lunian army, have you ever seen a La Lunian army for farming? That is quite spammy. Just dropping those balloons and watch them crush the base. I mean, that's pretty spammy, you know what I mean? Or the Goblin Knife, where you send all those goblins to the core of the base and they just gut out and take all the resources. Kind of spammy. I don't know what it is about the witch that is so, like, detrimental, that says that this is a spammy army and it requires absolutely no skill to be successful. Here, I'm going to show you a fail, guys. So, or a near fail. So it is a 3-star. I know we clicked the button. You guys saw 3-star. And here's the thing. When I first started working on this army prior to the recording of episode 24, I did have to practice it multiple times before I actually recorded. I failed multiple times. I'm not going to lie to you. And then when I actually recorded, I was afraid that I was going to fail again in a live recording. I was like, oh my gosh, man, let's make sure we drop everything properly. So when you watch the attack, it looks like an incredibly spammy attack. It looks like witches are just kind of running wild and their skeletons are destroying everything. But if you pay attention to the actual placement and the drop of the troops, like the queen and her healers, and then you notice that we'll drop the other 4 witches on the opposite side, we kind of have to stay back a little bit, give it a little bit of time for them to clear out some buildings before we drop our golem. And then we had a major problem right here in the core of the base where I forgot to drop a jump spell, and so our troops split. You got bowlers that go on one side and you got the king that goes on the opposite side. So you'll notice that there is an expo in the core just laying waste to all the bowlers and the witches. I tried to rebound it. I tried so hard to rebound it with the bowlers and get the bowlers and the witches over there, but unfortunately my mistiming and my miscalculation of this attack was almost a fail. So let's go ahead and speed it up, that way you can see it for yourself. As our troops wrap around the backside of the attack, the queen level plays a role here. She is a level 30 queen. This is one of my maxed accounts. She's incredibly powerful, and the witches are going to come around the backside. They are level 2. We did upgrade them just like every other troop on this base and the other base, and so we're going to come in on the back end and take out that final hidden Tesla and then the final expo. But like, what is so bad about this army? Like, why have an army that works and say, you are shunned, we shall never use you? Like, that doesn't make any sense, you know what I mean? So what we're going to do today is go out and do some live raids and see if we can possibly fail this attack and show you that this is not just like a spam and win type attack at all. It does require some type of timing and proper troop placement in order to be successful. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice some trophies, or maybe we might lose. We don't know. I'm just going to basically come at this with the idea that I can just spam and go. And when I think of it, we just go to the full extreme that you can just drop all your witches in a row and be successful. So let's try that idea. Let's go ahead and drop our golem, and let's go ahead and drop all the witches in our line. Let's not be strategic about it at all. Let's drop a wizard over there. I guess that could have been a little bit strategic there. We're going to drop the Barb King. Let's drop all the healers, which are going to lock on to our golem. And then we're going to drop the queen back behind, and then we also have our spells. Now, one addition to this army that really makes it stand out as a very tough, spammy type attack is the use of the bowlers, because they are a Town Hall 10 troop. Let's go ahead and drop a jump spell right here, and we'll drop one on the back side of the attack, and then we need to use that king's ability already. Oh man, okay. So this expos are laying waste. Let's go ahead and drop a rage spell. But again, back on the bowlers. The bowlers are a Town Hall 10 troop, and they do add some serious value because you you are facing off against Town Hall 9s. Even though you only have 5 bowlers, if they group up like this with those witches, they are incredibly powerful. So far, we're looking pretty successful as a spammy type attack. I guess we could drop our heal spell there since our troops are in the core, and they're going to come around the back end. Now, hero levels play a major role here as well. If I had had weaker heroes, we could have been unsuccessful. Don't really know, but I mean, overall, like, even though it says, you know, the comment was spam and stop spamming and be, you know, strategic or whatever, or you know, have some skill, like, this does look like it still requires a little bit of skill. I mean, we got troops like centered and we've lost a lot of them. We got like a couple of witches remaining, and we got a mortar laying waste, and looks like they're about to run into a wizard tower. There goes a giant bomb, and there goes most of our skellies, and the wizard tower and mortar are laying waste to our witches. Now the mortar is gone, unfortunately, or fortunately for us. Queen's going to come around the bottom side of the base. Looks like we only have a few point defenses remaining. So again, this does look like it could be a spammy type attack that just crushes everything. That is the appearance of it, and I understand like the thought process behind it, but there goes a giant bomb, and there goes our witches. So you know what I mean? Like, the witches are gone. We're at 89%, but we have a queen and her ability. So that queen level alone makes this attack look incredibly powerful, because I mean, she is incredibly powerful at that level for Town Hall 9. So we will go ahead and secure the win and secure the 3-star, but the point behind it is that in order to make the attack look incredibly pretty, you still have to have a little bit of timing, and the base design might not have been the best. This wasn't necessarily a great defensive design for stopping witches, but again, we're going to go back out and try it again and see if we could possibly fail. So far, it's looking pretty spammy, but why would we not want to use it if it works, right? All right, so let's see what this attack can do without the bowlers in the composition. That just kind of came up. I was just like, let's see what this does without the bowlers. No bowlers at all. So let's go ahead and drop our golem, and we're going to go ahead and spam all of our witches just like in the previous attack. I guess we could put a tank over there with the king, and then we're going to drop our healers back behind it, as well as the wizards. Now let's see if we can be successful as the previous attack. Let's go ahead and drop our jump spell right there, since we don't have any wall breakers in this composition. Let's go ahead and drop our queen, and knowing my luck, there might be some clan castle troops hidden in there, but we just don't know until we actually get inside the base. Looks like our troops have worked their way around 2 different locations. You got the king on one side, you got the witches on the opposite side. So I guess we can go ahead and drop our rage spell in this location, since our witches, we got some witches. Looks like we got a golem and an archer queen in there, and they're targeting the queen, a very weak queen, like a level 11 queen. So defensively, maybe not necessarily the best option here, but we do have maxed out defenses. And one of the things about Town Hall 11 or Town Hall 9, this is Town Hall 9 that we're talking about today, that a lot of players fail to realize is that maxing out defenses takes like next to no time. Like, you can max out your defenses in no time if you maxed out Town Hall 8, but then those heroes and the laboratory is what takes the longest, and why a lot of players, you know, get really frustrated and stuff like that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and drop our jump spell on the top side of the base, and it looks like our troops have gotten kind of tied up. We got witches on one side, we got witches that just broke through another. Queen's level, she's, you know, that Queen's level, you got to watch out for it. That Queen's level can do some serious damage, and looks like we've lost a lot of our witches, though, unfortunately. So far, not looking very successful on this very popular base design. Queen's being targeted at this point. We don't have a golem in there. The Barb King's gone. He's no longer with us. We're going to have to use that Queen's ability as she gets into the jump spell location, and that Wizard Tower is laying waste to the witches. So what we've discovered by watching this replay or doing this attack live is that the value of the bowlers, there's so much value added by the bowlers that makes this attack look incredibly spammy, and it can just crush every single base. Is that necessarily true on every single base design? No, I don't think so. But is it going to crush basic bases like this? Oh yeah, definitely, all day long. All right, so I guess we can go ahead and bounce back into our standard composition and see if we can finish up this video with the fail, and if not, then we just gain 33 trophies. You just never know, right? So I think we're gonna take on this base in this manner here. Let's go ahead and drop 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're gonna drop the 2 with her or with them, and let's go ahead and drop our queen over here with her 3 healers and have her stick to the outside. Now there is an expo right there that we have to worry about. So we're going to go ahead and drop our golem and finish up with the witches on this side, followed up by some wizards. And let's go ahead and drop the king, and let's go ahead and place our jump spell there, and looks like we'll place it there as well. And queen's already taken some damage. Oh man, that's not good. All right, so there's one problem right there. Let's go ahead and drop our rage spell. We need that queen to stay alive. We do not need her dying, because she is what kind of cleans up that top side of the base. right, so the bowlers are in the base. We did add the bowlers back in the composition, and I think this will be literally the last time that we use this attack strategy before swapping to another one. So I think this is going to be the last video on this strategy, and I think in the next video, we doing some trophy pushing, we're going to swap over to a Hog Rider army, maybe. I don't really know exactly. Maybe we might do Hog Riders. We'll see what happens with the Hogs. We're going to need to use that King's ability. But I think that I don't necessarily need a lot of repetitions to use the Hogs. I used to be a pretty big Hog Rider user at Town Hall 9, so I think that I can pretty much jump into that army no problem, but we'll see how it plays out next week. And then we're going to start working into the balloon armies. I'm not a big air attacker. I never really have. I never really spent the time or invested the time to actually learn the attack strategy, so I have to get some repetitions in on it before I actually take it on, so I don't want to completely embarrass myself live on a video, but you'll never know what happens, right? So, all right, so we got those witches coming around the back end, and they are going to come in. They've been joined by that queen. If you didn't notice, the queen did come inside the base and stay instead of staying on the outside like she's supposed to, but we will be successful and end this video with another 33 trophies. So anyways, I think that is going to be it for today, guys. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta find some positivity in your day. I absolutely love the comments that you drop below. They do make a difference, and they do keep the ideas rolling in. We have to be open to try different attack strategies. Don't be stuck on one and think that it's the best, because there's so many greatest strategies at Town Hall 9 right now. But if you enjoyed the content today, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you need any additional video support, click one of those links over there, and we will see you in the next one, guys. Take care.